Okay, now this diagram is for playing intervals. This is first position, as you can see up in the upper left, P1, and it's basically a diagram of the harmonica without all the lines, differentiating the holes. That would have been these diagrams are busy enough. And so I just took out everything except for the circles and the lines, and it makes it a little easier to read. So I'm going to explain how to read these things, and it's not that hard. It looks a little complicated. It looks like a subway train diagram or something. But the interval of the thirds are at the top, across the top, and then the fourths are in the row right under, and then the interval of the fifths under that, and then finally the sixth. Now, I color code, and so you'll see here that the first scale degree is a yellow circle, so that it kind of matches how I did the DM48 diagram with the yellow coding of the tonics. So similar procedure there. So there's lines attaching these various holes, and so the interval of a third goes across in black. And so for the first scale degree, the line is black, and then there's a second black line going over from the third over to the fifth note of the scale over there. Now, that's because I also use this particular diagram, I use that for the triads. And rather than redo this whole thing, I just decided just to use it. And in my mind, I know just to pay attention to the first line. So you can see there's the 2, right? But I ignore the second line. I'm just paying attention to the first line. And so that you just once you get used to, just make sure you just pay attention to the first line. So the thirds off of the first scale degree is black. And then in the next octave, they're dotted lines, okay, but they're still black. And then in the top octave, they go back to solid. Now the second scale degree, those are yellow. So you just pay attention to the first yellow line, and that's the third interval that you're going to play. And then the third scale degree, that it's green. They use green. The fourth scale degree uses blue. The fifth scale degree uses orange, and the sixth scale degree uses white, and the seventh scale degree uses red. And at the beginning and end of these color-coded sequences, I found that it was easier for me to kind of differentiate them in a hurry if I put little colored bubbles at the beginning and the ending of the line sequences, because there's going to be a place in the middle that it's not the beginning or the end, and I just wanted to make sure that I could see the beginning and the end when I'm trying to play quickly. And you can see that I put a little X in the intermediate gap there between the two green lines, just so you know that that's the gap between the first, the third, and the fifth, right? So down on the fourth, you can see there's no double black lines in the fourths or down in the fifths or down in the sixths. There's just one black line, and then there's just one yellow line, and there's one green line. So that's how you play the fourths, and then as you can see, the fifths and the sixths, and it's fairly self-explanatory.